This is Chelsea Levy with Boeing News on Channel 747, here covering breaking news. We have just received new information that the Electoral College doesn't actually elect the most popular candidate. In today's election, Senator SpongeBob SquarePants has just edged out Representative Patrick Starr in the popular vote, but Patrick Starr has stolen the victory. Here to comment on this shocking news is our in-house political analyst, Theo Balestra.
That's right, Chelsea. This news is a surprise to most, but not all. It has been well documented that the Electoral College has posed a threat to democracy for years now. One reason why is because the current system in place gives undue influence to small states as they are guaranteed a minimum of 3 Electoral College votes. Combined with a small population, electors can represent as few as 142,000 people per vote, as in the case of Wyoming. Whereas electors in California, well, they represent over 500,000 people. Clearly, this shows a major inequality in the representative system, diminishing the voice of many people. This system weakens the vote of people in highly populated states. Another reason why the Electoral College poses an issue is because it is outdated, as it was created in 1789, a time unreflective of today's political climate and the vast population growth the United States has experienced in the past 2 centuries. Original reasons for use are no longer applicable. The framers of the Constitution established the Electoral College with the notion that people were too uneducated to vote for the president and needed representatives to make well-thought-out choices for them. Additionally, they were afraid of mob rule and feared that a large faction would take over control of elections and put an unpopular ruler in power. The Electoral College is one of the most controversial concepts in American politics. In fact, reference sources indicate that over the past 200 years, over 700 proposals have been introduced in Congress to reform or eliminate the Electoral College. There have been more proposals for constitutional amendments on changing the Electoral College than on any other subject. Finally, the winner-take-all feature hurts third-party candidates who may gain some of the vote, but have nothing to show for it.
Thank you, Theo. The discussion will continue as political analyst Shannon Lee joins us after a word from our sponsors.
Are you suffering from PTED? Most cases are due to the failed electoral college system during an election. Most patients who suffer from PTED experience symptoms such as unnecessary complaining, long periods of crying, ranting on social media, and an over-obsession with the news.
As a longtime sufferer of PTED, all I've ever wanted to do was not give anymore. That's why I take Selectoral Brex.
Go to your nearest doctor and ask him if Selectoral Brex is right for you.
As I've started taking Selectoral Brex, I've never felt more free in my life. I've started focusing less on the past and more on the present.
Do not take Selectoral Brex if you are happy with the election results, in the middle of making life-altering decisions, or have great responsibility on your shoulders. Side effects may include going crazy, death, lack of political efficacy, death, poor judgment, death, always hungry, death, isolation from the world, and last but not least, death.
And now, here's a member of our political panel, Shannon Lee, to provide her insight on the standing of our Electoral College system and propose potential solutions going forward. Shannon?
Given the democratic controversy that our current electoral college system presents, it is the responsibility of our government and the American people to talk solutions to alleviate this issue. We need to ensure that our nation and its political procedures uphold our constitutional ideals. My first recommendation to mitigate the threat the electoral college system poses to our democracy would be to propose and ratify a constitutional amendment to change the requirements that candidates must attain to secure any electoral votes. By this means, we would revise the system by taking away the winner-take-all requirement needed by third parties to earn electoral votes. This would aid our democracy, as candidates with views that deviate from those of the major 2 parties can make a real and strong push for the position of president, and they will be more likely to earn some electoral votes. Another solution could be that states that add up to 270 electoral votes would give all of their electoral votes to the candidates who wins the majority, thus making everybody's vote count and rewarding the winner of the popular vote with the presidency. Alternatively, we could abolish the system as a whole and just use the popular vote results.
Thank you, Shannon, for your expert input. That's about all the time we have left for today.
Thank you.
Up next, we cover the ongoing United Airlines lawsuit and cover reasons why Boeing has yet again edged out Airbus in the latest consumer polls. Thanks for joining us today, and remember, people who fly Boeing fly smart.